question was, do you crush grip the handle? Not only do you crush grip it, but you slightly gooseneck your wrist like this. Why do you do that? Remember earlier we were standing in the rack and Riff was talking about the importance of pressing from the elbow and keeping all this vertical. Who's got, I'll pick on Logan some more. Come here, Logan. Logan? No, you don't need a belt. You guys saw during the lunch break, Logan was bending some steel too. So Logan's a pretty strong guy. Standing in the rack. Now, this is to illustrate the important point about the wrist alignment. Ideally, I want to be able to take my coffee or my beer, depending on what time of day it is, and set it on top of his fist. And he should be able to hold that rack position. He should be able to do his get up. He should be able to press without spilling a drop bucket. Right? But what we all too often run into is this little wrist position right here. Now, I'm going to take 2 fingers and you lock that in, but keep that wrist bent, okay? I'm going to take 2 fingers and watch this. Okay? Now, bring it in with a straight wrist, lock it in tight, and I'm going to take straight wrist. Thank you. What's going on there is neurologically, your hands and your feet and your face have a lot of sensory input stuff going on. If my brain reads from my wrist that this is happening, it wants to go with that force to avoid damaging my wrist. It's just like, I'll pick on you now, come here. What's your name?
Robert.
Robert. That's funny because usually I'll call somebody up and I don't even pay attention to their name and I ask them, do you mind if I call you Bob? Because that way I can remember everybody's name. If I take Robert and I put him in an arm bar, he goes with me, right? It's called pain compliance. He will go wherever he needs to go to rescue that elbow. Same thing's going on with this wrist. If this wrist bends out this way, he will go with it. Thank you. It's reflexively wired into you. And if you fight it, you wind up getting hurt. It's a protective mechanism. Sometimes that can be consciously overridden if you know what you're doing, right? Sometimes it's not a real smart idea to consciously override your own defense mechanism in the body. So we want the wrist straight, and with the kettlebell resting back here, a slight gooseneck will allow the wrist to be pulled more into straight. Does that make sense? Plus, if you're goosenecking, you're probably going to be crush gripping too. So that gives you that good vertical alignment from the elbow to the forearm. We have a saying in RKC, actually Bruce Lee said there's no wrists in boxing, and we adopted that in RKC. There's no wrists in your kettlebell rack, or in your press, or in your get up. There's no wrist.